coming up. You would not want to be a slasher villain where, like, if you forgot to charge your power drill, you're kind of screwed. Hopefully everybody saw on the community page, but yes, there has been a change to the schedule because originally we were going to be watching Explorer from Another Planet. However, when I sat down to watch that movie, it was just an assault on the eyes because the amount of AI in that movie, no, we're not here for that. I understand that AI is here to stay, but that movie, no, absolutely not. Especially when you've got its creatives going after people on Reddit for calling them out on the amount of AI. Like, just the opening 5 minutes is just AI.
Good heavens.
So we've swapped, and instead I decided to go for a remake / reboot of a 70s movie that has been on my radar for a while, and that is the Toolbox Murders, which was originally banned in multiple countries because of its content. And this time Toby Hooper is directing it, aka Toby Hooper, the person that is behind the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, this could go either way. But if you don't know anything about the Toolbox Murders from 2004, let me quickly fill you in. Toolbox Murders from 2004 is a supernatural slasher horror, Toby Hooper's remake of the 1978 original about a couple who rent an apartment in an old Los Angeles tenement. Once a luxurious Art Deco hotel, the building has fallen on bad times. When the owners decide to renovate it, however, they reawaken a supernatural evil that can't be kept out by locks and bolts. If you're new here, I'm Hannah, but I go by Hordes online, and if you're not new, welcome back. I talk about horror movies here on my channel on Mondays and Fridays, but as always, when it comes to watching movies that I have never seen before, I'm now going to go and watch Toolbox Murders off camera, so that way if you too want to watch the supernatural slasher movie with a villain named Coffin Baby, nothing will be spoilt for you, because nobody wants to watch a movie that you've just watched somebody else watch from start to finish, and I keep it spoiler free here on my channel, because nobody, and I mean nobody, likes spoilers.
Stop! Hammer time!
If it wasn't for the last 20 minutes, this movie would have been a long old slog. I had 2 birthdays when watching this, and it's only a 90-minute movie, which tells you how long this movie felt.
And
Let's start with the plot like we always do. A couple moves themselves into a Los Angeles apartment building, which used to be a hotel. It is currently under renovation, so there is like plastic sheeting sort of everywhere, you know, to give the illusion that there is renovations being done. Is there a building man inside? Absolutely not. It's like if you're driving down a motorway here in England and they're like, there's roadworks. There's no one here doing any of the road work. If you live in the UK, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like hell is there building work being done here. No one's working on the job. To get back on track though, the couple moves in and they get told by their neighbour, who has been there for like 60 years at that point, like, oh, there's some things about the building that you should probably know, and oh, this is, yeah, there's some suspicious stuff going on here, and you, by the way, your walls are kind of paper thin, so you're gonna hear things going on which may or not be what you think you can hear. There's a lot going on from what the neighbour tells them. So they move themselves in, and then all of a sudden things start happening in the building, starring possibly the worst slasher villain that I've come across in a long time. Which is Coffin Baby, and I will get onto him in a minute, and trust me. Here's the thing. Did I care about any of the neighbours? No, and that is saying something when one of them is played by name is not correct, Drusilla from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and as a massive Buffy stan, that was one of the reasons why I picked this movie. Did I care about any of them dying off? No, I didn't. It's also got possibly some of the dumbest cops that I have ever come across in any horror movie. Like, there is a minor spoiler. There's a part where they go into somebody's apartment where they've been killed and they have been attached to the ceiling, shall we say. There'd be a smell, there'd be an odour, you'd know something was up. These cops walk in and go, nope, absolutely everything's fine here. Absolute morons. That's so bad. So bad.
Oh, that's terrible. Thank you, my boy.
Other people in this movie, worth pointing out, is Sherry Moon Zombie, who at one point they have playing a guitar and singing so off-key, like, oh, bless, no. She's playing the exact sort of character that you would expect her to. Her neighbour is Nell, who is one of the two people that has moved into the apartment. Nell is a nosy-ass neighbour who really should keep her nose out of other people's business, otherwise she wouldn't have found herself in the situation she does in this movie, just throwing that out there. She's that neighbour that you don't want to live next to. This might be a remake / reboot of the Toolbox Murders from 1978, but as I have done my research, a lot of people are saying that basically the only similarities between the two movies are the fact that they have taken Coffin Baby as the villain and how, like, the method that he uses to kill people. And that's about it. And all I can say is, oh, thank God, because if this was a direct remake of the one that got banned, I have no idea why it got banned in the first place. Because, like I said, this villain is not it. He is weak. He's so weak. If you put him in a battle royale against, like, slasher villains and horror icons, like, first round, this guy is getting absolutely knocked out. Possibly a great idea for a video in October, so I might have to bank that idea if anybody's interested in it. But, like, he uses power tools and hammers, and you would not want to be a slasher villain where, like, if you forgot to charge your power drill, you're kind of screwed. Like, if you've not got, like, access to electric at the end of the movie, like, again, you're absolutely screwed. This is coming from somebody that used to build, like, theatre scenery. So I know my way around a power drill and a hammer. And the last time I checked, if you were going to hit something with a hammer, whether it's human or a nail, you don't hit it and it's 12 inches away. Like, Toby Hooper, I get that you are the man of, like, it's what you think you see rather than what you see. But if I don't see the hammer connect, it didn't connect.
Both today and yesterday.
The practical effects are fine. They're fine. Coffin Baby's makeup is probably the best part of the entire movie, if we're gonna be honest. And the neighbour that gets attached to the ceiling. That is that death is probably the best death in the entire film, if we're gonna be honest. If you watch the movie and you see that death, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I have to agree. The rest of them are just sort of like, eh. They're fine. They're fine. One person just gets found in a closet. That's it. Ugh. I wish that they had, like, fully gone for it in this movie. Like, this was 2004. So we already had movies like Saw that were pushing the boundaries a little bit. And I wish that the Toolbox Murders had taken inspiration and been like, you know what? If all of these other films from 2003 have pushed a little bit further, maybe we can also push a little bit further. It felt very half-assed for a lot of the time, except for the last 20 minutes when they threw absolutely everything, including the kitchen sink, into it. There was tunnels and people were getting killed left and right, and so much happened in the last 20 minutes. I was like, where has this been for the rest of the movie? In the end, I am actually gonna give Toolbox Murders from 2004 a 2.5. I'm going to be generous. I'd have given it a 1.5, but that ending, that last 20 minutes where they threw absolutely everything at it, I was like I said, where was this the entire movie? Because if that had been the entire movie, it would have got a much higher rating. It's just such a, like, meh supernatural mystery for the first hour. And then they suddenly went, oh crap, we're supposed to be a horror movie. Let's chuck everything in at the end. That's the best way I can describe it. And there's a sequel. There is a Toolbox Murder 2 / a movie just called Coffin Baby. Am I interested in watching it? No, I'm really not. I don't need to know about this killer's origin because, like I said, any supervillain from a horror movie you put against him, he's going down. But my opinion isn't the only one that matters, which begs the question, should you personally watch the Toolbox Murders from 2004 if you like your horror movies flavoured with supernatural mysteries, a little bit of a hint of only murderers in the building, I would say. Like, there's definitely some similarities going on between this and that show. Murder weapons that you could find in your own garage. Like slasher villains who are slightly unique looking, but also use every single trope from every single slasher movie that's ever existed but done not quite as well, or anything that is listed here, then you may like the Toolbox Murders from 2004. So there you have it, my initial thoughts and my review for my first time watching Toolbox Murders from 2004. If you've also seen this movie, I would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on it down in the coffin section. Oh my god, this movie has rotted my brain. Down in the comments section down below. If you've not seen this movie and you were interested in watching it, there'll be a link to justwatch.com as always down in the description bar so you can find out where it is streaming in your country. If you would like to know where else you can find me, I am also over on Instagram and Letterboxd at HordesOfHorror, where I post every single horror movie that I watch, not just the ones that I talk about here on YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, I'll be back on Monday with a solo movie review, and because I'm a nice person, I ran a poll last week with 3 different options, and the one that came in second place lost by a single vote. So you know what? We'll watch Skin Deep from 2004 and hope that 2004 has a better offering than the Toolbox Murders was. So until next time, bye. A special thank you though to my regenerators here within the Horde for their support over on Patreon.